We beat ourselves up on this one. Our sportsNOLA.com trivia question of the evening. 3 of the starting quarterbacks, 36 or older this weekend. Who was the oldest quarterback to start in a Super Bowl? Who was it? It was John Elway, 38, in his second Super Bowl title against Atlanta. So John Elway's name was mentioned here. Good answer. Good job, guys. We kicked all the names around, and there were a whole bunch of them of guys that were up in age when they started a Super Bowl game, but Elway was the oldest. Congratulations to one of you two guys who named him. There you go.
I got him.
There you go, Brian. Nice job. All right, it's time now for our hot seat segment, where we put Brian Allen Walsh on this sizzling hot seat and roast him, basically, with this very simple but complicated question. Who is the greatest college football coach of all time? Brian, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Trahan, and I love this question. And I'll tell you why I love it, because of what today means. Now, the word greatest, it means different things to different folks. It doesn't say winningest, it says greatest. So the word great means different things to all of the 3 guys up here. And I'm going to tell you what great means to me. Great means leader of men. And when I think I can go, I've come up with a list of coaches, and I know Kenny has and Ricky has, and there's a number of qualified great college coaches. Nick Saban, Paul Bear Bryant, Tom Osborne, Vince Dooley, Joe Paterno. I even think of Lavelle Edwards. And there's more, all right? There's a guy from Carroll College, St. John's University. His name is John Gagliardi. You didn't even know him. Winningest college coach, 489 wins. Amos Alonzo Stagg, Pop Warner. But the guy I want to focus on today is Eddie Robinson, all right? And here's why I think he's the greatest of all time. 408 wins for nearly 3 years. That 408 wins stood as the test of time here, because when they vacated, when Joe Paterno had 111 wins vacated because of the scandal at the University of Penn State, they took away and they knocked him down to 298 or something like that. So for 3 years, Eddie Robinson's number stood. But that's, again, that's not why I'm citing him. 55 years as head coach at Grambling State. 45 of those years were winning years. He took over at the program at age 22. He died at age 96, complications from Alzheimer's. He has so many awards named after him that I can't get into them in this segment. He also won the Bobby Dodd Award, which exemplifies the best there is in the coaching profession. But he's a leader of men, and he is known for that. Not only did he win on the football field, and he won the right way, but he made men better. He made them better citizens, he made them better husbands, he made them better fathers. And that's why Eddie Robinson sticks out in my mind.
I'll tell you what, Brian, that was a great choice. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I met the man,
Yeah.
and I got a chance to spend time with him numerous of times.
Yeah.
And he was all that you said he was. But the only thing that I say is he did it on a smaller scale
Yes,
and a
did.
smaller level than the Bear did.
Right.
And I've been with a lot of the Bear guys who he have taught and taught when they came around, just like Dwight Stevens and all these guys. And some of the stuff, I never met Bear, but some of the stuff that these guys tell me how Bear treated them, it was more like a king. Like, you know what I mean? He transferred over to the African American, and he got those guys to come play, and he loved those guys like they was his kids. And I mean, you can see he one of the first guys to start bringing minority players into the SEC to win football game. So I have to give it to him just because of he won 6 times. I know you're saying it's not about winning, but to me, it's all about winning.
Right.
I mean, and I know that Eddie won a whole lot of great games, but I just think that Bear did it on a bigger scale.
You know, when it comes to Eddie, if we're citing titles, 9 black college championships and 17 SWAC titles in those years.
Yep.
But you're right.
Right,
you're
right. Because like me coming
Final
out,
thought.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
have went to the SWAC. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it has so many great guys that playing in Division I now. You know what I mean? So it was just totally different.
Well, it's a great question, the greatest ever, and it's hard to compare apples to oranges when you're comparing coaches at the highest level, as we knew it, as Division I, as compared to guys at Division III or Division II, such as Tubby Raymond at Delaware, John Gagliardi, as Brian mentioned, certainly Eddie Robinson, as both of them mentioned. Eddie Robinson was the nicest man. I've had him on my radio show on several occasions. He never dodged anyone. He was always there with a helpful hand. He was exactly who he appeared to be, a kind, gentle, generous human being, the father of the Bayou Classic, and a leader of men beyond the shadow of a doubt. But because we're talking about greatest, you have to consider the opposition, and there's no doubt that Division I is what it's all about. And in my mind, Nick Saban is the greatest coach in college football history because he's won national championships at 2 different schools. Everyone can say, well, he's won 4 of these at Alabama where they have everything. What were they doing when he got to Alabama? I can name you about 5 coaches that were at Alabama between Bear Bryant and Nick Saban that didn't do much of anything. Nick Saban did. When he got to LSU, what did LSU accomplish? Basically nothing over an extended period of time under Curly Hallman and Jerry DiNardo, who you give some kudos to for a good year or two, but LSU was not a threat at all in the national picture. Saban put them into prominence nationally, won a national championship. Now he's won 4 at Alabama. He might win more. Bear Bryant is right there. John McKay won 4 in a short period of time. He's really good. And obviously some other legendary names belong on the list. But in my mind, it's Nick Saban. Sorry, LSU fans. Back to talk New Orleans Pelicans in just a moment on Sports NOLA TV.